So, day one of Stop October, or Sober October, in the aid of charity, and it is for the Macmillan Cancer Support charity. We're very, very close to my heart. They've helped me and Louise when my wife had cancer. Now, like I said, this is day one.
Gotta get away. For patrol and mind control, I've gotta get away. Locked up and I've had enough, that is what you say. Hide away in dismay. It's a fight.
£2,355 raised. Absolutely magic. We've got gift aid. We've got another £50 from Vape Heads, and if we sold any juice, the £2 that they're adding to it, and also 120 from Reedy. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. We're counting down. 1 minute left. 1 minute left. I can't believe it. We're going to get... You've got your... I hope everybody out there has got a glass, whether it is any beer in it or whether it's... in fact, I'm going to start pouring it now because this will go everywhere, won't it?
I'm on the wine.
You're on the wine. Oh, sugar. I'm going to pour it now. We're pouring the Guinness. Look at that. I can't wait. I just can't wait. Look at that. I don't think I've ever poured Guinness so fast.
I enjoy the taste more.
I don't know. Chocolate orange rum. Chocolate orange rum. He's got a can. I hope everybody has got a beer because you've all been absolute Vape Heads. Big love. It's 12 o'clock. Yay! We did it! Yay! Woohoo! Big love, everybody. Thank you so much. That tastes absolutely gorgeous. Big love to all of you. We've done it 31 days without a beer. That tastes gorgeous. That absolutely tastes gorgeous. Honestly, I could cry.
You've done brilliantly, haven't you?
Thank you very much. That's nearly gone, that. 31 days without a beer.
Wanna be the gun. You wanna be the gun. You wanna be the gun. You wanna be the gun.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all fine and dandy. It is a Wednesday. It is 8 p.m. That means one thing. It is 3 men and a vape show. As you can see, Harley is sat there on his OnlyFans. His camera's a bit buggered up, which we'll sort it as it happens, bros, won't we? We'll just sort it all out.
Yeah, any minute. Hopefully, any minute now, I should be back.
Oh yeah.
To my usual
what are you gonna be back on? Have I got to go back onto this other screen then, or?
The fuck's he doing?
What's happening there? I'm thinking, don't do the OnlyFans on him, eh?
I thought that's what you wanted.
God, we've lost 20 people watching, son.
Did you see how confused and upset Mr. B got? Like, what are you doing, you weirdo?
Yeah, I'm expecting this to get sued.
Sued?
Mental anguish.
I'm thinking, whose edge-on nipples were they?
See, I think that's why. I think we're now cotton on to why the squirrels like you so much. They see a companion.
Big love to everybody as well. You did see at the beginning, we'll be talking a little bit more about the Sober October. And a big shout out as well to Stu Valentine. He is in the chat. Absolute lovely bloke. Really good mate of mine. That was his band. So that's the theme tune, obviously, that I use as my intro. And you can go and check them out. The link, if you go to the Urban LBV, is in the description. It's also in the description for this. Go check them out on Facebook and also on YouTube. Really nice people, and he's an absolute star.
When you said then he's banned, I thought, what's he banned for?
He's
then
not banned.
It was like
He's
music.
not banned. He's lovely.
Oh, bless. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all vapors of all ages, 18 plus, obviously, we are having a drink. Because at the end of the day, Sober October is coming from the 1st of October, but we're getting the drinks in while we can. So what are you drinking tonight, El Jefe?
I've got a couple. Right, here we go. He's back. Look at this. He's back. There we go.
Here's one I made earlier. Tell her.
What? Here's one that I made. When did he turn into fucking George Formby? Here's one that I made earlier. What we're drinking? Well, to be honest with you, I've got a little bit of vodka left that I'm going to drink, and then I've got some.
That's
some
not bad.
Hazy
You only
Jane.
started that 2 hours ago.
I did. I've got some Hazy Jane because I'm on the show with Lee Armitage as well. It's his birthday today. Big love to Lee Armitage. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lee Armitage.
Happy birthday to you. Do you think there's anybody who's looking for another Go Compare bloke?
Go compare. Go compare. Yeah, no, I can do it. Yeah, you know.
Go Compare. So, Harley, let's start the show as we normally do. Harley, how are you, brother?
I'm all right. But I thought you were going to try and catch me out and say replay. And I've just opened it, so I'm like, yes, go me. I'm all right. Do you know, I were thinking to myself then, that teacher deserves to be right for being late. But it weren't actually my fault. It were working, and then it just stopped.
A poor workman blames his tools.
I never blame my tools. I just say it just stopped.
Well, my fault. We camera. We can camera fault. Fuck off.
No, it's like me.
How many toothpicks can you count?
It's like me. It don't like working. That's just lazy. I've got lazy.
Tell you what,
camera.
mate, that's a bit fucking freaky. You doing that?
Can you imagine walking down a dark alley? You turn the corner, and you see this.
Okay, well, that scared me a little bit then.
Would you like a sweetie?
Right. She said she was 12. What?
Cheers, Paul, buddy.
How are you, Mr. B?
I'm fantastic. You know, I had a wonderful. This is obviously. I did a live last night where I got thoroughly bollocked by Mrs. B, like properly. I'm still removing bits of her toenail from my arse. But it was a cracking stream. I've had a cracking day. I've been looking forward to tonight all day long because I've got myself some Dead Man's Fingers, Jamaican rum.
Well, you were supposed to have 5 bottles of wine. That was the deal.
I was supposed to have, but obviously Mrs. B got broken ankle, couldn't get to the shops. It was just a fucking pain in the ass. So I thought, well, a bottle of rum is just as good as anything.
That's half empty.
Well, it is, yeah. Well, I've drank most of it. But still, I've been drinking. I've got more rum down in here. I've got whiskey down here. I've got all sorts of alcohol to get drunk with.
That's when you know you drink, when somebody picks a bottle up and you go, that's half empty.
Yeah. Judging from the weight of that, I'd say you've had 34 sips out of it. Fucking hell, okay.
Big love to everybody again who has joined us in chat. You make the show every single week. We get so much support for the show, and we all three of us really do appreciate it. All of you are a bunch of stars, and we love each and every single one of you. But we also love our replay people. They're a part of the show. So let's go to the replay.
This one's for all the cool cats on the replay.
Yes, you did. You did. He's a lad from the shop down there. He's absolutely lovely. Finn. But my wife, I'd already watched it, but yeah, go on.
It's talk of the town, man. If you all let Mrs. B fucking tore him a new arsehole. He's fucking all over town, tell you.
I'm not being funny, but that'd be fun to watch.
It was. I sat there thinking, this is happening. I'm live. No, it's happening. It's happening.
Daily Wops.
So we've got Richard Kidd. App sounds pretty awesome. I have 2 Make mods. I've been vaping now for a year, so that will be great. And the recipes with these flavors banned in the US and Canada, where I am next spring. I hope the recipe comes quickly. Lol. Gav Evans. Oh, just got my obelisk from the e-cig one in green. I like it. Smiley face.
Very nice. Good choice.
Rob Stanley's got quite a big comment, so bear with me. Rob Stanley, I love Vic, but he doesn't half talk a load of old tosh at times. The company I work for employs 84 warehouse staff, including myself. We have 5 vapors who are all post 50. There are 36 smokers between the age of 18 and 55, of which 25 are under the age of 30. And similar metric are echoed throughout most businesses I have dealings with. So Christ knows where he gets the information from. Maybe he needs to change the battery in his crystal ball. And with regards to the ageist comments, I myself border on 60, so I can quite easily run rings around him on technical front, even before my first morning coffee, and without breaking into a sweat. So the little Robumpton-looking numpty can fuck right off calling us all farts, a bunch of old technological illiterates. As for the app, I'm struggling to see what target audience is. Newbies rely on the vape shops, builders rely on Google and YouTube. Why do you need an app? So then you don't have to rely on Google and YouTube. You can answer that yourself. Woo! JP, enjoyed the show. Thanks, guys. Safe Mush. It's interesting. All the youths I see in town, 12 to 15, 16-year-olds, are all vaping disposables. A friend of mine says his little brother gets them online and they're all the rage in school. John Paul Glasgow on the reply again came back.
I think that's supposed to replay.
Yeah, hang on. We've reached the word limit for Harley here. Is it his quarter? That's it.
John Paul Glasgow on the replay again. It says Dame, but I think it means same back shifts. Still enjoying the show anyway, guys. Gav Evans, what is the fascination with 21700s? I have 18650 mods and 21700 mods, and they both last around the same in dual battery mods. Yes, in single there is a difference, but not a big one, to be honest. To be fair, Gav, that does obviously depend on the milliamp hour of the batteries. If you've got 3,000 milliamp hour 18650s and 3,000 milliamp hour 21700s, that they will last exactly the same.
Was there a fucking scientific convention on our fucking chat last week or what? Hey!
And last but not least, Richard Kidd commented again. Dan missed it again. Oh well, better blame the puppy then. Not sure if I told her at 6 weeks when I picked her up, then I was not into walking much. Lol. Yeah, she doesn't come. She doesn't care.
Fuck's sake, mate. You might need a counsellor for that, pal.
She doesn't.
Again, you know, like if you sat with again, like we just said, it all depends what mar you've got in there. 21700s on the single sort of front of it, you got 4,000 mar than say a 3,000 mar, or some of them are actually 2,500. It all depends what battery you've got in there. But if you're doubling up, and you've got 8,000 mar with a dual 21700, you will find obviously that it's going to be a lot better than having something like a 600 mar.
It's like the Viscount of vocabulary says, Cesario, higher the mar, lower the amperage.
Yeah, I see. I'm a massive fan of 21700s, especially single 21700s.
For the joules. My vape, I vape at a high wattage, at like 120 watts. I push it down to 100 when I'm on a single. But I find that it drains, because I vape higher, it drains a little bit quicker than I'd like it to on most mods. But then I always push it to the max, so you can't expect that.
As well as it all depends how you're vaping. If
I vape like a fucking steam train.
Yeah, if you're using a single 21700 and your mouth to lung in, you've got battery for days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't, like I said, I vape like, as you can see, I vape like a steam train. I'm like the Flying Englishman. if I walk down the road, they put tram tracks in. It's just the way it works. So that's why on a single 21700, I don't get very long out of something like a Fat Rabbit on top of it with dual coils at 100 watts.
No, you never will do.
No.
A single 18650 device is you're going to get away with probably 55 watts, 65 watts, but you're not going to get a full day out of it. And I don't know about you, Arlie, but I've
Are we
always...
allowing him to speak now?
Go on, Arlie, sorry.
I took up all my segment at the beginning of the show, didn't I? Enough words, let everyone else have a turn. But no, I was just a bit. I've got the Golses in my Gore, and that's 3,750. So for 2 batteries compared to 3,000 milliamps, I'm only getting 1,500 milliamp more. But as well as amp power, there's the max current and the stable current are quite often higher in the batteries as well for 21700. So it's more than just for milliamp hours. Because obviously, if you're using a mech, it'd be much more beneficial to be using a 21700 because of the max stable output. But obviously,
we need to put a sign up. No science shit on our show.
Just let us know in chat as well. What's your favourite batteries? Do you like 21700s? Do you like 18650s? Just let us know down in the chat.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't understand the science because I'm not a scientist. Nor am I a battery engineer. But as far as I'm concerned, bigger the battery, the better. Surely.
Well, obviously, with your max stable output, it means the more electricity it can get out as fast as it can. So the bigger the number, the more it can give out safely at one time. And the MAR is the capacitor. So if you've got a 2,000 MAR compared to a 4,000 MAR, because you can get 21700s with less capacitor than 18650s and vice versa.
Like Mr. Anderson saying there, successful mainstream mods seem to be the smaller ones. It does seem to be mainly the hobbyist vapors that want 21700s. If you look at something like the, yes, Aidan.
The Drag X
Solo.
Professional.
No, take the Solo, the Aegis Solo. That is literally millimeters away from 21700. If they made it touch you a little bit bigger and moved things around just a touch a bit, you can fit a 21700 in there. And you're going to get from probably having, say, a 2,000 mAh to a 4,000 mAh battery in there.
There's not. So this is the thing. I'm seeing more and more devices moving to 21700s, but there's still a couple that are holding out to these 18650 or dual 18650s. And in my mind goes 18650, 21700. I'll stick with 21700. Thank you very much. I don't understand why they want to carry on with 18650s.
Obviously, that's been the standard for quite a long time. And obviously, there's a hell of a lot of them batteries
the
still
Model
around.
T. The Model T was standard for a while.
I really thought when like going back, say, I don't know, 2017. I thought we were going to start moving more to the 21700s. I thought it would have been one of the things that we moved away. It's like devices still being made. If you look at Inikin, they're now going more 3,000 mAh. In where they've got an internal battery, a lot of the other people are still going with 1,500. And it's like people, unless they're mouth to lunging, don't want a 1,500 because when we first started vaping and we had them little tiny battery cigarettes, whatever else, that's the trouble. What happened because you couldn't get all day out of them. You're lucky if you maybe got 4 hours out of them. And I think that's always a big thing as a vapor and somebody who's stopping smoking is the fact of making sure that you've got battery life, juice and coils. Because if you start going out and about, what's the first thing you're going to do if that runs out? You're going to want a cigarette, aren't you?
Yeah.
To put it more in simple terms, if you've got two 3,000 milliamp hour batteries, you set it to 100 watts, you'll get 13 minutes out of it. So that's 400 2-second puffs. Now, if you put two 3,750s in, which is 7,500, you'll get 17 minutes, which is 500 puffs. So you do get 25% more for using a normal Samsung purple battery compared to a 21700. So
Yeah.
it depends, doesn't it? If a single 3,000 milliamp hour battery lasts you all day, there really ain't much point in getting a 21700. You know what I mean? It's all far. But before I got this, I used to go through 2 lots of batteries a day. I'd always have to change at some point between afternoon and evening. Now with this, there is times where I have to put my 18650s in my Aegis and use my Aegis for a bit. But most days, that's only because I don't charge it at night. Most days, this just does me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running this with a Fat Rabbit, which is a dual 18650, and I always have to change batteries at least once a day. Always.
Yeah, and that's where people, obviously, battery safety, make sure you've got your battery boxes and make sure you're carrying them around properly. That's where that sort of comes in. You're not going to have a problem. that is, again, I think that's why I don't mind doing clouds like how you do. I don't mind doing that. But I think that's a lot of reason why I went back to sort of mouth to lung. I've got 20 milligram nic salts in there, and I want to get my nic fix. I'm not that bothered about where I actually vape more as a restricted direct to lung than a proper mouth to lung. I don't mind that. So I still get a bit of clouds, and I still get that. Like we used to get them cigalites there. You didn't really get anything at all. So a device like this, which is a DigiFlavor. There's plenty of clouds, and that's restricted, and that's 20 milligram nic salt. So I'm getting my nic, I'm getting my flavour, and I'm getting a little bit. So I'm like in between it all. You're a bit like my brother, Mr. B. Mark loves blowing clouds.
I like the feeling that my lungs filling up with vape. There's something nice, toasty, warm vape and thick and cloudy, and that's something I like about it. I can't get on with restrictive stuff.
I got my first vape in about 2012, I think it were. About with a little vapemill. And like I said over there, we used to build single Kenful coils and get a nice, decent a bit of cloud out of it. But I never fully quit smoking. It was still half and half. And I can remember going into a vape shop in Hillsborough, and it's still my favourite vape shop of all time. Vape Boutique. It's got to be the Hillsborough one, though. Anyway, so I went in there. She's like, oh, you need a bigger one. And I'm like, yeah, right salesman tactic. But as you always do when you're going to vape shop for a bottle of juice, you end up spending 200 quid on shit. But it were the difference for me. That big airflow, that big chunk of cloud really helped me. I could not go a full 24 hours on an MTL. Even if you put 20 milligram salts in it, I'd much rather have 0 nicotine and a big motherfucker than 20 milligram and a little tutor.
It's a little bit like what they've also said as well, is that you... Right, so... That's not where that came from. I think you got it wrong. It's not R. Kelly's stream. I was joking. What are you doing that face for? So, he looks like he should be one of them dolls.
What, the glory hole doll?
I can't get done for that. He's already done. The thing is I still have plenty of devices that are around that I do that with, where you're blowing loads of clouds. But to get me nic fix that you want is a 20 milligram nic salts. That's what I like. That's me personally. Yeah. And that's the wonderful thing about vaping. Remember that. Everybody is not the same. So Absolutely. Just because you do that one way doesn't mean that you're totally wrong. I bring this up all the time. There's a bloke who used to go into Mark's shop and he used to just vape VG.
It's a wonderful concept, that, isn't it? Just because one person says it has to be done that way doesn't mean that person's right.
Exactly.
Wonderful concept.
It's not. The most annoying thing you can get when in a vape shop is someone coming in going, "Hiya, I've come to get some juice for Cindy." And you go, "Cindy?" She says, you don't know her, she's never been in before. And you go, "Right, what does she like?" "I don't know." Well, why the fuck have you come in for her?
Did she give you a hint?
Are you going to put a few drops down phone for her to taste it horrendous, man? What shit, man.
So it's like that John Paul, so Martelong just doesn't cut it for me. And that, again, a lot of people, it doesn't. A lot of people want to blow them clouds. They want that feeling, like you said, of a full lung, a vapour and blowing it back out. I was exactly the same. But I know so many people over the years that sort of like do a 360 after so long. Or what they might do as well is they might do a little bit of both.
The only time I've actually enjoyed mouth-to-lung vaping was on a pipe. That's the only time I've enjoyed it. I don't know why. It just happened to be the pipe, but that's the only time I've really enjoyed it.
Don't get me wrong, I've had mouth to lung. Whenever I've reviewed a mouth to lung, I always review, whenever I do a review for mouth to lung, I always review it on the basis of if I liked mouth to lung. But there is something, I've always found I like mouth to lungs when I'm in car. And I was saying to one earlier, but when I reviewed them 50s, it kept making me feel 50 milligrams. It made me feel really sick. Because while I'm in car with mouth to lung, I can just absolutely cane it and quite enjoy it. Don't know, I do like to DTL as well in car. But I mean, if the best thing for me to do if I'm MTL reviewing is go for a drive. Obviously, that's not an option at the minute. But usually, because I'm much happier to MTL while I'm driving than I am sat here talking to you.
I see you, Brad. The other thing as well is with MTL, it's like when I went to pick Darth up from Cardiff, again on a train you can get away with that.
I'll never forget one. So it was when I really first into blowing big clouds. I was doing a conference down in Somerset, and I get to my car, I'm driving down the motorway, and blew this fucking great big cloud, and all of a sudden realised what a stupid mistake that was because I couldn't see fuck all. It's like, whoops. So yeah, MTL is definitely a way to go in a car.
I once did that at night. I hadn't long had my license, and I did that at night time. And I am so lucky I was following someone that had the headlights because I could follow the headlights. But it were S-Reg Ford Ka. So I was like, wind the window down quick.
It's amazing how much panic sinks into you when you do that. You take a big drag, you blow out, and then all of a sudden the realization shit hits. That was a mistake.
Clouding were much funner in like 2012, though. I mean, when I got my driving license, so it must have been about 2014, we were at Ladybower, and we'd seen this video online of someone clouding the car out, then opening all doors. So me and my mate walked around Ladybower, and then we're like, I know what we'll do. So we got in car, shut vents off, and on those little vapemills until car were clouded out. And then we got out, turned each on, opened doors, and the amount of people that put car on fire. But in 2014, people didn't know what clouding were. At the most, they had them little things that looked like fags, that went blue on end. I have a vape, or they had a clearer mind.
Sorry, I've just got this image of you getting out of the car and someone going past going, Wagwan.
Can I have a £10 deal, please? Flaxum82, big love to you as well, mate. You have donated as well. If you're trying to get away with, I think that's supposed to be clothes or vaping, not get caught, use a Vape Anywhere vape filter. Now, I actually reviewed one of them. They were like a little tiny bag and you blew into them. I ended up getting more, like a from blowing into them. But the thing is, anybody who mouth to lung knows that what you can do is you can sort of like take it in.
Hold it. Just hold it for a second or two.
Do you know what I do when I'm?
But you can do it, so you don't do that at all.
When I'm MTLing, if I'm out and about, I kind of, blow a little bit at a time. But I quite like them Vape Anywhere bags.
Big shout out as well to Paul Griffiths for donating £20 as well to the Sober October. The link is above there. We'll be talking about that just in a second. The link is pinned at the top. Please support us. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But thank you very much to him as well.
I think it was quite obvious we weren't going to catch on because no one wants to be sitting in a pub blowing into a bag. But they did work quite well. I walked around Meadowall and everything blowing.
Brad, you sexy mofo.
What?
He says, Army Man Brad says, or blow it into your girl's mouth.
He's been on one tonight. Tell you what, I think he's been watching Harley's OnlyFans before he started the show. Started off with the 21700s. Hey, the good thing about them batteries is they also work in mini dildo. He's like, whoa, okay,
let's get it on.
I'm with you.
I'll tell you what. Talking about batteries, I think what we should do now is we should do the hand check time.
It's that time, people. It's hand check time.
So if you want to get yourself involved in the handcheck time, make sure that you're a part of our Facebook group and you can post on there. Just before we carry on doing anything, you have got your chance to win some Rochford Project, ladies and gentlemen. 2 bottles of it. The wonderful Jay from the Rochford Project. He's coming out with some merch as well. So there's going to be some merch that you can have from the Rochford Project. I will be able to tell you a little bit more about that next week. Also, while the show is on, you also can get 15% off. Use 3 men and a vape. Go and use it now. Get some nice stuff.
Wouldn't it be good? Wouldn't it be good to sit here going Rochford Project?
I'm sure once it happens, I'm sure.
See, I won't do that. You see, because my chest is so big, if companies want me to put their logos on my chest, I charge. Quite frankly, you see, it's a big fucking. It's like a billboard. You know what I mean?
To be honest with you, he's probably not going to have the t-shirts for that. He's just going to have a big fucking sticker.
I'm fine with that. If they want to pay me, I'll fucking stick
I like
it on.
that.
It's Andy Fretwell's spaceship. I think it's got a spaceship vibe about it. I don't know why.
V200.
Like Org Vape.
Yeah, well, they came out with the VX, which was, they kept that toggle wheel as well, but it was absolutely terrible. It were a dual 21700. Stubby little thing.
Little thing. Next up, we've got Bob Cattrall on the Aspire V-Rod and a Steam Crave Aromerizer plus V2. Advanced with the Mesh deck, Harley for President. Oh, thanks, dude. That was lovely. That looks huge, doesn't it? It's Steam Crave, it is huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
That huge.
Huge. Cody Volga with a Spica Pro is my favourite MTL RTA. I'm seriously considering buying a second.
I like the way that looks. That seems to... the package just seems to fit well.
What did you just say?
The
package just seems to fit well.
Oh.
Jody Vape, nice to see you, buddy.
Don't get excited, Harley, because I'm talking about girth.
Craig Welsh, Pico Squeeze 2 oven.
Oven?
What?
Oven? What the fuck?
That's what it says. I don't know if I've wrote it wrong or what.
What's he doing? Cooking it?
Pico Squeeze 2 oven. Dead Rabbit V2 chimney cooking. I see. Pico Squeeze 2 oven. Dead Rabbit V2 chimney cooking slurricane, peach paprika and guinevere and legal flavoured alcohol.
Well, the Clamato.
Yeah, one of them.
There's not wrong with a good old... but that's a Budweiser as well.
Candy. Made with Clamato.
Surely I'm not the only person when it says Budweiser thinks of frogs going
Budweiser. That Ruthless is really good as well.
What was the other one that they did after that? Was it What's that?
Yeah. Daniel Gunningham. Today
he's got no juice left.
He sold it all.
The Asgard 30ml on the Sega with some cherry.
What the fuck has tickled you?
Cherry
Fucking Argos. I'm just waiting for them like little tiny pens, and he's going, it's not in fucking stock.
And then he's got another Asgard 30ml on the Suicide with some Boulevard Shattered.
Oh, a bit of wick liquor.
Wick liquor.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Darren James, the Club 18.
Sexy bastard. I'm trying to buy that Predator mod off him. Because I fucking love that Predator mod. That Predator mod, it turns me on. I fucking like that a lot.
The Clutch 18 with a Fat Rabbit, Suicide Mech, and the Aromerizer Plus V2. Topside SQ Fat Rabbit V2, paired with some lemon sober and apple sours.
Apple sours, yeah. DJ Vapes.
Gareth George, Aspire Rhea. Every time that makes me laugh. Gareth George has got
There's
Aspire
something
Rhea.
wrong with me. It's Aspire Rhea. You take some tablets.
It's like an old man joke, isn't it? Look at that man vaping over here. He's got Aspire Rhea. He has.
You only get that from vaping.
Yeah, if it's fuck popcorn, run, I want Aspire Rhea. That'll be the next media storm. Vapors getting spirea. Oh dear.
I can't fucking argue that one though. It's true.
He's got the fat rabbit with a dripping dessert, strawberry jam and custard. Beautiful, even if it does have a shit name. Literally. Lee Armitage, B-Day presents. The Ursa with a fat rabbit, RTA, with Curious Curdle. Gross with a Death Wish isolation tank, with Flavor Boss strawberry jam. Sorry, we'll catch the show on replay. As some evil wizard has left her birthday bash.
Yeah, it's his birthday bash. Straight away after the show, so make sure you come and join us.
Happy birthday. I've done that once.
Matt Mannion, the Arbiter.
He said his name right.
I always say Matt Mannion right. Yeah. Fallout Gear with some lemon and lime. QP Juggernaut Mini MR. With
I do like that.
on the
That's the new the batteryless gear.
I did think that when I saved it. But I like that, so I weren't going to say oh. I've got 2 vapes and 2 batteries. Mick Beavers.
Mick.
That's the cube.
OBS cube.
It's more like a prism. Mr. B. What you got, Mr. B?
Hold on a minute, you can't just leave Mick hanging like that.
Yes, you
I didn't. I commented on the cube and said it was more like a prism.
Oh, okay, you can leave him now.
Cheers.
I thought I'd put one in there, you know.
What you got, Mr. B?
I've got the Blotto single coiler, which a review comes out on Friday on the amazing Minima 21 Strangers Mod Vape Ape Edition. With some Rockford Project and Amatorium.
He's having 2 weeks off.
Ramsey Sullivan enjoying the weather in the garden with the Odin DNA 250C and the Aromarizer V2 sitting on top. And a lot of greenery.
Today in the wild.
Down in the wild.
Here down under.
We're done.
Oh, but is that it?
I love a bit of the wild.
Oh, I tell you what. You'd never catch me in the wild.
What do you mean? That's where you fucking come from, wasn't it?
Well, as many people have argued this point, it's actually untrue. The legend is untrue. I am actually a human being and not a shaved ape. However, if I go into the wild, I get chased by fucking Greenpeace.
Mike Haynes. I was thinking more like underneath the cabbage patch or something like that.
Oh, no, I do. It's like if I go onto a beach, I've got fucking 30 people trying to chuck me back into the ocean. Yeah, it's like, fuck off.
I just thought we got you free with some chewing gum. Or at least the card.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously it is, you can see by the front of it, we were going to talk about it last week, obviously, but we had Vic on and we got talking about other little bits and bobs. Sober October. I can't believe it's been a year since the last time we did it. And I really enjoyed last year, and it was really fun doing the vlogs every day, which I really do enjoy doing. Again, if you're not a part of the Urban LBV channel, get yourself over there. That's where the vlogs are going to be daily. And it's going to be a little bit different this as well, because last time I was there, we was sort of on lockdown for the first 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, we was on lockdown, but the pubs were still open. And then when I finished it, the pub shut. So that were a bit crappy. But yeah, £2,700 were raised. And it just shows about this community.
This community, it drives me mad when some people go, oh, there's no such thing as a vape community. Well, us and the vaping misfits would beg to fucking differ.
I don't think it's just them. I think there's been so many people who have done so many things over the past. You just go look at the vaping trucker when he passed away, all the help he got, the misfits, us, the bitches have done stuff. Chris Empire Vape, he's done stuff as well. The things when you just all together, it's like you with the weight loss. I know things have changed a little bit with obviously what's happened in the house and stuff like that.
Yes, this year has pretty much went, fuck you.
Yeah, but the thing about it is the money's still there. The money hasn't gone directly into your bank, has it? It's there. The same as
GoFundMe.
Go
That's
for
exactly. Yep.
Well, this one's directly straight to Macmillan, the same as what it was last year. And again, just the love that was shown all the way through it. And I am so looking forward to doing the vlogs. And it's going to be some at work, some having a bit of a wander around with the dog and things. And it means a lot to me. Because obviously my wife, at 28 years old, had ovary cancer. And it was a massive thing. Now, they gave us £400 so I could stay in a hotel and also be around when she was having her operation. That was in Sheffield. So that was from Macmillan. And they do a lot of other things as well as supporting families. Not only people who are going through cancer, but people who are having like end-of-life treatment and support. So they're not going to get over the cancer. Somebody's going to be there and they're going to support them. Macmillan is a fantastic charity.
100%.
And it is so close to me. So doing all of this and you all being a part of it all is amazing. And from the video that you watched at the beginning, you'll be able to see what it meant. There was a lot of people who got involved as well. Companies, Vape Heads got involved with it. Jay from the Rochford Project as well. There was a lot of people got involved. Stuart as well was absolutely amazing. The king of putting the what you call it's in the links in.
Yes.
I think he must have donated £200 odd. Lots of people that donated a lot of money and really did support me. So please, the link is above there. We start on Friday. Please get over to the Urban LBV. You're going to be able to see all the vlogs, daily vlogs. There'll be like updates from when I'm at work, which is going to be totally different because I wasn't at work last time. And it is for a massively great cause.
Absolutely, it is. There is no. I truly believe this. The greatest adversary humankind has to get over is cancer. All cancers. It's one of those things. It's like the villain, the big villain against all mankind, and anything we can do to slow or to speed up the process of curing cancer, even just donating a tenner or a fiver or a pound.
Big love, Stu.
It's something. And it means so much to these. It doesn't just mean so much to you or me or anybody else that's raising money for cancer. It means so much to those who are on the front line fighting cancer.
Yeah,
it means so much to them.
Or just them people. I remember that the time we've been going through a hell of a lot with Louise, and we didn't know whether she'd got cancer, whether she didn't. We knew something was wrong, but then when you actually get told. Yeah. And it was so bad. Again, you can go back on the vlogs that were there last year. Please go and check them all out. We finally worked out that obviously she'd got this cyst on her ovary, and it was 6 inches wide by a foot long.
Yeah.
It was pushing against a bar. It just made us obviously so they had to take all that out. And eventually, when they got there, it spread over to her other ovary. So 28-year-old, she was suddenly going through the menopause. So we didn't just have that to deal with. But the factor of me going to work and the children and everything else, if Macmillan didn't come in there and go, look, here you go, stay in a hotel, be with your wife all the way through it, it would have been a hell of a lot more of financial... Because obviously staying in a hotel is not free.
No, eating
there and looking after your wife, it's hard work.
What Macmillan does better than anybody else on earth is take the stress of the situation, or as much stress as possible, away from the situation. And I think you can't help but admire them for it. You just can't. And I think they're a fantastic organisation.
They also give you a person who's around you all the time as well, so you can phone up, you can talk to somebody, whether you are the person who, because as well as the person who's dealing with it is obviously going through a massively hard time, but also the other people or the family that's around it are going through a bad time as well, because they don't know what's going to happen. We didn't know whether Lou was going to be here at all. They even said that, look, your wife might not be here. So not only did they have to do the hysterectomy and take it all out, she then had to have enough 3 months of chemotherapy, and it was like 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. Yeah, and she still suffers now, obviously, with lymphedema and other little bits and bobs. But yeah,
And I can attest to that shit. Lymphedema's a bastard.
yeah.
Absolute bastard.
But like I said, this community came together last year, and again, we'll talk about this. Everybody knows I love a good beer. On a Wednesday, it's my night that I kick back, or if I'm on a show, it's something that I like a good beer, and it's something that I like to do. Is have a good beer and a good giggle, even though sometimes I may slur on streams and I might get a bit of a dick sometimes, but I do love a good old beer.
It's fucking charm of you.
So for me to do that, I'm not looking for a pat on the back or anything. It means to me, and I felt so good last time I did it. My sort of lifestyle changed, and getting up at 5 o'clock, things were getting done, and a lot more than they do normally. Because I think this vlog sort of side of it does it as well. You know, when we did for prostate cancer, me and Lou did the walk.
Yeah.
Again, getting up, knowing you've got a vlog to get out, you've got this, and some sort of like structure to me doing stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sort of changes me. So please, the link is above. If you cannot afford to put anything in there, don't worry about it. Only thing I ask you to do, just to help this, is spread it.
Yeah, share the link.
Share the link. That's all that matters. And thank you so much to everybody for all their support last year. And I hope we're going to have it this year. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good giggle.
It's going to be a good laugh. Watching you go through sober, I tell you.
Do you know what? It might be different this time around. It might be different. But last year, I did fancy a drink. A lot of people know from the vlogs, I really did fancy a drink. But when you've got something there, it's like you can't. You're doing this, and you're doing it for a reason, and that means a lot. But that Guinness didn't have taste.
Andy, we're sorry to hear that, pal. We hope your dad gets through it, and if he doesn't, or if you ever need to talk, we're always here.
Yeah, big love,
always
Andy.
here, buddy.
And again, this is something you've always got. The misfits are always there, but you've also got us. I'm happy, and it was like the prostate cancer where we did that. I spoke to at least 2 or 3 people who messaged me and said, look, this is what they're going through, and this is what they've had, and always there to talk to people. All 3 of us that are on the stream now.
Absolutely. It's the one thing I love. We joke and call it the platoon. It's a group full of people that if someone puts up, I'm having struggle, I'm having this, I'm having that, I'm having this, the amount of people that just jump around that person and say, come, let's talk. Let's sort this problem for you. Fucking astounding.
Again, the misfits do a hell of a lot of that.
They do. They do. They do wonders for the vape community.
Yeah. Really, really big love to them as well. So, yes, please follow along. And thank you very much to everybody who's already donated. We're already moving up, which is great. So, tomorrow night, the Patreon people for Little Bro Vapes, we're going to have our last drink. They're going to stay with me till 12 o'clock. I'm going to have my last drink with them. And then Friday, I am at work. So the vlog is going to be done early on Friday, but they will start getting shorts and stuff like that. You know, obviously not alcohol shorts. We're on about the shorts.
Yeah.
From YouTube.
Freudian slip there. So are you vlogging every day or every other day or once a week or?
Big love, Stu. So I'll tell you what. We haven't got any tech this week, have we?
Nope. Sorry.
Have we got any deals? Oh, we're hitting the vape, eh?
A message from deep within the jungle.
I've searched high and low for a lot of the deals. So here from Vape, deals of the week.
I fucking love that. Right, boys and girls, children, let's start that shit again. No children allowed here, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, vapers of all ages, 18 plus, obviously. I have got some cracking deals. A majority are from eSig1 because they are throwing money out of their arse. We're going to start with the Oxford Slim Pod Kit. Now, the reason why I'm starting this is because they've dropped it down to £18.99. But if you know somebody who is wanting to stop smoking, this is a great pod kit to push them towards.
Mr. B, just before you carry on, ladies and gentlemen, the giveaway for Rochford, stick Rochford in and you have got a chance of winning it. Sorry, bro.
Okay, then. So the Oxford Slim Kit is a brilliant kit to put them onto. Great flavour, fantastic coils, Brilliant battery. It's a really good quality kit. You get it in silver, you get it in gunmetal, and you get it in black. Moving on from that, however, we have the Aspire Paradox Box Mod, which they have dropped from $64.99 to $29.99, which is a heck of a drop.
That's a good deal, that.
Oh, I tell you, you get it in silver and blue, or you get it in Orion silver. I don't know which one I prefer. I think silver and blue would be my choice, if I'm honest. But there's only 18 left, so get over there quick. Moving on, we've got the Wutofo Mr. Just Right 1 Profile Squonk Mod, which they have dropped from $54.99 to $39.99. It comes in black or gunmetal. Moving on from that, you've got the Lost Vape Hyperion.
Hyperon.
Hyperion.
Hyperon.
It's Hyperion.
I call it the Hyperon.
Well, you're wrong. It's a DNA 100C box mod. They've dropped it from $139.99 to just $89.99.
Absolute corking mod. If you want to go and check the review out, go and check my channel out. That is a really good mod, that, Mr. B.
And it looks nothing like a scrotum.
I call it Steve.
You get red splatter, blue splatter, green splatter, gunmetal calf leather,
Chico.
black with black calf leather, black with carbon stickers, or gunmetal with carbon stickers. Moving on from there, we go over to our friends at Evolution Vaping, who have dropped the Zeus X Mesh RTA by Geek Vape from $28.99 to just $19.99 on the proviso that you get it in red. Then moving on from that one, we've got the Vupu Drag X Plus Professional kit, not just an amateur kit, a professional kit, from $49.99 to just $29.99. You get it in silver and grey, you get it in black and coffee, you get it in silver and shit blue, you get it in black on black if black doesn't matter to you, and you get it in silver and retro brown if you're an old fart.
I like that.
I do. That's actually my favourite of all of them. I actually got the original Drag X in that colour, and I think that looks much better. Now, the last one was sent to me by my good friend UK Andy, and it's not a device, it's not a kit, it is not an RTA or an RDA. It is in fact
a Russian hat?
No, it is in fact nicotine shots by Zeus Juice. Our friends over at Washington Vapes are actually selling 30 10mm nicotine shots for just £9.99.
That's good.
I think that's if you're getting juices in, you get your nicotine shots in, stick them on your shelf, and you've got a decent supply. I think if you bought 30 quid's worth, you'd be there for a long, long while.
So what does that work out? 75 pence, less than that?
No, well, oh God, now you want me to do it. Harley, get your math brain out.
30p.
30p each.
That is really, really good. If for a tenner.
For a tenner. 30 for a tenner. I think that is fucking cracking.
Love your pasty.
Like I said, if you bought 20 quid's worth, that's 60 nicotine shots, all 18 milligrams, stick on your shelf, you're sorted for a long while. And that's over at Washington Vape. So there you go, folks. Just to recap, we've got the Oxford Slim at $18.99, the Aspire Paradox at $29.99, the Wutofo Mr. Just Right 1 Profile Squonk Mod at $39.99, the Lost Vape Hyperon at $18.99. We've got the Zeus X Mesh RTA by Geek Vape at $19.99. We've got the Vupu Drag X Plus Professional Kit at $29.99 and 30 nicotine shots for $9.99. There you go, folks. That is your deals of the week.
That's absolutely fantastic, that mate. That just that deal on its own for them Nick shots, I think, is really good. 30 pence a Nick shot, and they're not crap Nick shots either. You know what I mean? That's
they're not.
Really good.
They're not the proper ones.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there is only 31 eligible users for this one. So, get Rochford in. You've got 2 seconds. Stu, nice to see you, brother.
Take you on that to type it.
I think this is the least amount for the Rochford that we've had in.
There you get more chance. Yeah, Darth Vader says it's 33 pence each. You is out. He was out by
Trust him to
3p
come up with
each.
something like that.
I know,
That's
bless him.
just him all over, that boy.
You're not
I do
snoring,
love
son.
I do love him. He's absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who Darth Vaper is, he's the one snoring at the beginning of the stream. Well, it's getting to that point of the evening. We are going to run this the giveaway of the Retro Project. Big shout out to Jay. I love that bloke so much. We talk quite often, and don't forget you've got a chance. 15% off. Go and use it. Go and get some lovely stuff. You two, you're a bunch of stars. You brighten my week up. Both of you.
Oh, we love you too, El
as
Jefe.
well. It's been a bit of a tough month, this, getting stuff sorted, but you two don't half make me smile, especially when you get on one.
You are my sunshine.
My
Massive,
only
massive.
sunshine.
All my
You
kids
make
have
me
some
happy when skies are grey.
Told you, go compare. Go compare. 35 eligible users, ladies and gentlemen. We are now going to roll it. Free Rider Vapor, you have won. Well done, brother. Get in touch with littlebrovapes at gmail.com. Littlebrovapes at gmail.com. Just before you all leave, ladies and gentlemen, there's 93 watching. I know it's been going down. Please stick them thumbs up. It does help. It does help. Finn, big love, mate. Yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, just let us know. The link's down there below. Right then, lads. I think it's that time of the evening. Next week, you will see Sober Little Bro. So get ready for that shit.
So next week, we get ready for a grumpy little bro who'll be there ready to take the piss out of anyone who starts. Please start.
Yeah,
Please.
God, I'll tell you what, I'm even with.
Please come on and start. It'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh, I'll tell you what, the thing about it is I get quicker as well, so it's even fucking worse. You know, when I tell a beer, my brain suddenly goes, hey, you're back here now, son.
Oh, bloody hell on fire.
Harley, say goodbye to people. Sean Lynch, big love, buddy.
Goodbye, people. It has been delightful, you people in chat. It has been delightful, you watching on the replay. You, yes, I'm talking to you. If you are watching on replay by any chance, don't forget to drop a comment and we'll read it out during the show. You can be YouTube famous. Aiden, you've been delightful as always, you lovely, cuddly bauble-man. Mr. B, I do love you. And it has been fun winding people up on Instagram. Mr.
Oh, I tell you what, we'll talk about that quickly. So Aiden at 1 o'clock in the morning. Aiden, sorry. Harley knows.
At 1 o'clock in the morning.
Harley knows I have a particular detest for disposables that are aimed at kids, especially ones that look like minions or flash like fucking glow sticks. So Harley decides to tag me in an Instagram post on these disposables, which are named TNGO, Tango without the A, which of course flash like fucking glow rod sticks. What the fuck do you need a disposable that flashes for?
You know.
There's only one reason. It's the same reason that Nike sticks lights on the sides of their fucking trainers. It's to appeal to kids. I exploded.
The thing that made me laugh is it kicked off me because all I did was tag Mr. B. That was all I wanted to do. And obviously, you've got all these companies on Instagram like, oh, for this giveaway, you've got to tag so-and-so. Surely you'd be happy at someone tagging someone. No. Before Mr. B even got there, it already commented, what are you tagging people for? Oh my God, what are you doing that for? Disposables are great. Disposables are good. And I woke up and this guy's got like 400 people on his Insta. So I've got like a YouTube account with 2,000 subs. I write for Easy Click. I've got a vape shop. I've got my own line of juices. And there's this fucking guy that's a nobody retailer explaining to me about this. I was like, dude. And I was going to tell him off. But then I looked through the rest of the comments. And it was like, he argued with Mr. B. And this other guy was like, okay, bye. See ya.
He couldn't argue with me. He couldn't argue with me. I gave him both fucking barrels. What an arrogant, topside piece of shit. If that dude got thrown screaming from a helicopter in front of his family, I'd laugh heartily. Absolute tit.
That's not very nice.
I know, but true.
We're really harsh.
Well, since they've had their little blowout, ladies and gentlemen, good night to everybody. Look after yourselves. A big shout out to everybody. We're up to £52 already. And thank you so much to Eat Up My Duck. All the people have already done that. Stu Valentine for also putting some money in there, and we'll have a bit more of a conversation about the glowy, sticky, vapory thing, Bobs.
Oh, don't get me started on that shit, man. Oh, it's fighting talk where I come
Like
from.
Jack in a Box, just wind
Please get
him up
yourself
and watch
over
him
to
go.
Benny Vapes, the mixing show, and also don't forget before our show. I don't know if he's going to every 2 weeks. Shrek Vapor, he does a little bit of a show before us, so make sure you go and check him out. Big love to you all. Look after yourself. Be nice to each other. That's what you want to be doing this week. Be nice to each other. And look
Yeah,
after
don't be
each
telling
other.
people you want to throw them from helicopters. That's not
No,
nice.
no, it's not what not what we thought. Big love to everyone. Look after yourself. And if you are not a part of the Patreon and you want to watch me get really drunk tomorrow, come and get a part of the Patreon. Because tomorrow night's going to be really funny. Big love to you all. Potatoes and good night.
Potato. And I tell you what, if you all like a quiz, come and join me Saturday night at 8:00 on my channel, Mr. B Vape. I've got a little quiz going on Saturday night because Cesario at the moment is the quiz champion.
No, it's 9, man. Come on.
What, the quiz?